Hey everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to XRP. Once again, thank you for your support, okay? Big up the CoinsKid crew. Thank you for tuning in every day, liking the videos, subscribing to the YouTube, and obviously to all the premium members in the Discord right there. A big thumbs up to you, okay? So I've got lots of great feedback about Theo. I did post this particular setup in the Discord for the CoinsKid crew way back in December the 2nd, I think it was, towards last year. A last sort of Christmas present right there, you know. And this is the thing, you know, I can't cover a million coins every day. This is why I have set up a Discord for the premium members right there. You know, you can get involved. The links are in the CoinsKid.com and in each and every single video description. But there have been so many altcoins that have played out like an absolute boss. You know, for example, XRP, if we take a look at it in 2023, it did everything we wanted to do, but the last thing we were waiting for it to do was that 131, and it's not quite got there yet. But that 131 has not been invalidated. Please remember that, okay? And I show you that every single day. So I still think it's on the table, providing we start to see XRP come up and break through the 20-week EMA and that local high, which I'll show you in a moment. But, you know, there are other opportunities, like I've always said to you, you know, these are really large caps that we cover every day in the videos. Bitcoin is a massive market cap, isn't it? And then XRP as well. People forget about the size of that market cap. It's been in the top 10 for, you know, donkeys, isn't it? Ever since it got into the top 10, it stayed there regardless of all the FUD, depression, you know, the naysayers and things like that. It still remains in that top 10 by cryptocurrency market cap right there. So I do look at other coins, the low caps, and this is why I said to you, if you want to make money in this space, this is what you do. This is the opportunity. So I did notice on this particular coin, Theo, and I did post this on the 2nd of December for the CoinsKid crew in the Discord, a perfect little falling wedge. Look at that, and look at that, the 1, 2, third point resistance. Like I've always taught you, you do usually break on a third point resistance, and boom, we've done exactly that. This has been a massive move for myself, and including the CoinsKid crew, okay, against all the blood, depression, despair, the naysayers, you know, bear market and things like that. We've absolutely smashed it in 2023. So long may it continue. I want to show you something on XRP. You know, there's no bias here. You know, people will say I'm a perm bull, whatever, but I just want to show you something on XRP that potentially giving us a little, you know, a looking glass, a little clue right now. Regardless of all the blood, despair and depression, we may be about to see XRP absolutely take off, and it could coincide with my blow off top theory I've gone through with you so many times. We've seen the S&P 500 make new highs, we've seen the DJI, we've seen Bitcoin busting a move, we've seen Ethereum busting a move, we've seen 5 waves up on Chainlink, we've seen Solana just broken out of a corrective flag. I've posted that this morning in the Discord. So everything looks pretty tasty, and XRP, it's still not lost that structure, has it? Although it's been horrible, heinous, and it's coming down, and you know, it shakes people out, and fear, depression. This is typically, like I've always taught you, this is where you do actually get involved in these particular coins. Let's dive into the charts right now and see what we can see, okay? We're taking a quick look at the DXY then. We've been able to use this chart. For those that have been tuning into the channel for a very long time, they'll know in 2022 I was getting super bullish on crypto and XRP for a big run up in 2023, and the confluence was in this chart basically. We've got the big broadening ascending wedge basically, which is a bearish pattern. Like I said to you, the third point resistance, the third point is support, which is typically where you break down. We confirmed that, and boom, 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 we come all the way back down to where we formed the wedge, okay? And this was just confluence showing you into 2023, which was going to see a massive upside. You know, I'm not talking out my bumhole or picking figures out of the sky. I always show you confluence in other charts for my analysis on XRP and Bitcoin and risk and so on and so forth, okay? And I think the DXY is the golden ticket. So right there, that was just a beautiful time for us. Obviously, the waves in 2023, we countered them with the rising wedge, and then the breakdown to where you form the wedge, and another rising channel, and the breakdown to where you form the channel, and then we put that sort of spring in right there, didn't we? And then we start to come back up, and everyone getting super bullish on the DXY and the dollar, and you know, really bearish on risk. But like I said to you, this particular level here is no different from that, okay? And once we start to break down, this should happen, and it did, and then we should be in front of a good time for XRP and Bitcoin, and we did exactly that. So what we've got, in my opinion at the moment, is another bearish pattern here for the DXY basically. So we're looking for a breakdown of this neckline, because what this will be is a micro version of this, okay? So if you take a look, got 3 points of resistance and a big bearish broadening descending wedge when you break down the third point support, and right now we've got 3 points of resistance just here on a micro descending wedge. So if we do start to break down on this third point support, the technical target for the DXY will be where you form the wedge, and obviously if it starts to fall through it just like it did here, then you know, this is going to be a good time, because the DXY will lose structure and support, sweep that low, and then this next leg to the downside is the rocket ship and the fuel for the verticalness and the blow off top for Bitcoin, risk and XRP. So this is a theory I've had for a very long time, and right now it may be playing out in front of our very eyes, okay? So we need to be patient, apply a bit of common sense. If we do start to see the DXY break down at this point, lose this structural support and this ascending level support, then yeah, you've got your micro bearish rising channel, and if we lose this structure of support just there, then this has simply been some kind of thrust to the downside, a retracement, then another drop here, and one at which could lose that low. And I think if we do start to see that, we'll see, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Solana, XRP, all the altcoins just go in the opposite direction, and that's a blow off top of this particular cycle, and that's the confluence to it. And you know, once this thing starts to come down, if it does come down, obviously there's no guarantees at this point. I will be looking for the target on this, and I'll give you it in time that once this turns around, that's our exit strategy for crypto right there, okay, before a big bear market, which is something I envision, because I think we're in a bigger cycle, and I've gone through this so many times with you before. So let's take a look at the XRP chart, what I've spotted right now, okay. Looking at XRP on a weekly time frame, then there is a case that we are copying this cycle from before, and what we're doing, we get really compressed towards some kind of apex at the moment, and then we're looking to turn around. So obviously I think the confluence of that particular analysis, that the fact is, you know, we've gone sideways in a massive compression pattern. Equally, I'll show you something on the monthly as well that I'm looking at, you know, so again, it's always good to zoom out and get a macro view, and this is something I was doing, you know, on the whole way down here, all the blood, despair, depression, the naysayers and things like that. I did say to you, you know, I think that this is a corrective phase of a bull market, which began for XRP in 2020 right there, and this is why it didn't come up like this in that particular cycle where Bitcoin put in that high right there, because we're still in the cycle, we're still in the bull market, we're still in this big macro bull market for crypto basically, and risk. And this is why I think that, you know, we could be completing or nearing the end of this particular cycle, and people, they're just not expecting it, and the clue could potentially be in, you know, Bitcoin breaking a move and making all-time highs and going parabolic. Please check out the Bitcoin videos right there, and equally in the DXY. So if we do start to see a major breakdown in the DXY, then obviously there's a confluence there that you know, that we should see a verticalness in the chart right here. So again, no guarantees, but what I'm looking at, and I've been looking at this for a very long time, that, you know, this particular move here was a bull market, that was a bear market, this was a bull market, that was a bear market. Then from this point here, we started to copy this like for like, didn't we? We had the impulsive move, the big ABC corrective move, the impulsive move, the big ABC corrective move. So providing we hold the ascending level support like we did in the previous cycle, which currently we are, then in theory we should turn around at some point and start to come up and take out these highs, okay, just like we did here, turn around and come up and took out these highs and put in a massive, you know, big impulsive wave right there in 5 waves. So this is what we're looking for in time. If we do start to compress and break and turn around and take out that high, most importantly, I think we've got a huge signal at that point that XRP is about to go vertical. But what we will see in time as well, if that is the case, is, you know, the DXY going in the opposite direction. So this is why I do keep an eye on the DXY for you. So it may be about to turn a corner, but we'll see, okay, time will tell obviously. So what I'm looking at right now is a couple of things. On the monthly, I'm going to show you something, and equally on the RSI right now. So like for example here, I said to you, this impulsive wave, I think this is a corrective phase of a bull market which began for XRP in 2020 right there, okay. So with that, you know, we've got the ABC correction, and it landed right on the money to this previous ABC correction. So as we were coming down here and started to do this is where we started to create this descending triangle, and I said to you, I think XRP is going to come down to the 1414 fib, because it's identical to what it did in that particular ABC, okay. So we had the big impulsive move, the ABC, sideways, breakout, the big impulsive move, the ABC, sideways, breakout as a potential scenario. So the reason I was looking at the ABC on the 1414 right there is because it's identical to what it did just there. Let me show you right now, okay. So let me show you just there, the big ABC from there to there. You can clearly see 1414 fib, and if we drop the ABC from here to there as well, you can clearly see you got the 1414 fib. So this is why I was adding confluence to the fact that if we are in this similar cycle just there, then in theory XRP should have that 85% correction, just like it did from this side to this bottom, retracing to that low, just like from this side to this low, it should have an 85% correction, which it did, and then we should start to go again, okay. And you know, in theory it's holding true right now. So if we do start to turn around here and get the big parabolic move, and we do start to see a rollover in the DXY, then the clues are in the charts on the macro basically. But equally, what we do have on the weekly RSI, if we do take a look right now, what was happening at this point in the RSI, okay, so as we start to get really compressed towards this level here before the big breakout, you can clearly see the RSI was putting in a massive bullish divergence. We've got this sort of ascending level support just there, and you know, the ascending level of support, sorry, in the price action, and then the descending level of support in the RSI. So if we take a look at the RSI right now, we've got this ascending level of support, and then equally we've got another descending level of support in the RSI. So you know, just right there, this is coming up, getting really boring, really crabbing, really desperate, and all of a sudden it breaks out. We're kind of doing exactly the same thing right now, okay. So it's all about the ascending level of support on the macro being held to start the journey back up, okay. There's equally something else I want to show you right now on the monthly time frame that equally could be giving the game away, but the XRP is about to put in a massive move to a level of resistance. Let me show you, okay. So looking at the monthly then, for those that are in the trade that I posted earlier in the week, it's doing really well. We have broken out of the falling wedge right there against all expectations when people were saying no way, and things like that. And this is what we look for, the 5-wave counter. You know, we're breaking out, we're closing out, we're taking out the EMAs as well. You know, so currently we're sort of carving out that, you know, bottoming pattern, which I was anticipating as well. So good luck to anybody that is in that trade with myself that we executed right there on Bing X, basically. So right now on the monthly, what we do have is that resistance just there that we put in. I think that was January, wasn't it? January 2018. I remember that time really well. And then boom, we had the big bear market. Then we've had a massive move. And if you take a look at where we wicked into right there in 2021 with, you know, the big parabolic move for Bitcoin, we've tapped into this resistance here, which is basically where you closed and then you opened for the bear, basically. Okay, so at that point we've tapped into it. And what we've done in the process of drawing back down to where we've come from, we've actually made a structural higher low. So if you take a look at this is a pattern that we've traded so many times. For example, we're trading one right now on XRP, the ascending triangle on the micro there, the daily. Obviously it's not necessarily micro because, you know, the monthly is really macro, but the daily still is a bit of a macro time frame. But right there we are looking to trade that ascending triangle, the 3rd point resistance. I think we traded one in the summer as well against all expectations. We made a lot of money on that particular trade as well with all the naysayers. But on the monthly right here, we do have this 1st point resistance, a 2nd point resistance, and then potentially if we come up right now, as I've told you so many times, we do typically see these big patterns, you know, whether or not it's a horizontal or, you know, symmetrical triangle or, you know, ascending triangle, whatever, we do typically break out on the 3rd point of resistance right there. So if this thing does start to turn around now and you've got your point support, and you do start to come up, then you're going to break out on the 3rd point resistance. So if we do start to see XRP come up and close above this level right here, roughly $2.02, take out that wick just there, take out the close of that, then, you know, wow, we've got a really exciting time here for XRP going forward. But obviously on the macro, it is all about this ascending level support right now for XRP, so we'll keep an eye on that going forward. Okay, hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone, back to another update on XRP. Bye bye.